All right, we are live and on
Hello.
Twitter. We have paid the troll toll for Twitter.
Yeah, we're back on Twitter. Funny story. I'll get to it in a minute. But anyway, my name is Weird Otto, and welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Weird Podcast, episode 502. Today I'm joined with Weird Jared.
What's up, weirdos?
And then there's MC Weird Noda 300.
Hello, gents and lady.
Oh, and we still got island-based James Babb. How you feeling? Weird?
So good to be here. Yeah, I'm definitely a little weird. Yeah.
Sounds weird, man. And Lady Liberty Australia now herself, Kate Fantnell.
G'day, everybody. How are
Welcome
you?
back.
I'm back
G'day.
in penal colony, unfortunately.
Oh no.
I'm not in the USA anymore, and Australia got a lot worse in 2 months. So
Wow, you go away for 2 months and it gets worse.
Right.
Yes.
She thoroughly
I think that was
enjoyed
possible.
her summer USA summer tour that she had.
I did.
So tell us what's changed since the last time we heard from you.
Well, I'm now a married woman. Can you
Yeah.
believe it?
Congrats.
Hey.
Thank you.
Congrats.
All right.
And it's funny.
Unfortunately, I didn't marry an American. I married my
know.
mate Axel. He's actually here. Come and say hello. He's come to
Axel's
visit
here.
me at my parents' house.
Hey, what's up, man?
Congrats, guys.
Good to see you.
We got married
Congrats.
in Vegas.
Nice, thanks, guys.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I couldn't tell if that was a troll post or not, so I held off because I saw you're like, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I was like, I don't know if she's joking here, so I'll let it go. But that's awesome. I found out you
We
guys. So
tricked
wait,
everyone.
so wait, were
Tricked
me and Alex?
everybody.
Were we all there when you first met your husband? Was that the first time you met your husband? Or was it at the LP convention?
Over.
Yes,
So
I
we were
know.
there. So we were
Of
literally in
all
the room.
places
That's
in
so-
the world, we had to travel to America to meet each other. So.
It was the Fosters
See,
and,
good
and
things
some
do
men
happen
under.
at that convention.
Did you
It was-
follow Bab's
Yeah.
advice, though? Bab, step in
No.
here.
Sorry about
You did get a prenup, right?
No, we didn't have time.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Everyone's breaking James's rules today.
Oh, yeah, me too.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But
It was,
so
it was the
kids-
Fosters and Men at Work karaoke that did it.
That was, man. That's so
How
funny. I
romantic.
remember- It was just so funny how there was like 3 Australians randomly at the convention. I was just like, this is so random. And then of course the 2 that meet get married. That's insane. What are the odds? But that's
Plus,
awesome.
we're all
So-
like, we're all so super jealous. I mean, geez, like we're just all heartbroken over here. Like,
I know.
man.
Well, Babs,
Yeah.
you
Whoa.
know that you would have been my number one. You would have been my number one pick, but you're taken. I've already told Axel that. I was like, if Babs is ever off the market, I'm going.
It's in the on upcoming prenup. It's in the docs.
Yeah, it's in the,
Yeah.
Yeah, Babs already has the prenup written up, dude. It's in a
Sorry,
binder
Axel.
somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry, Axel. I get
It's in
first right
Rami's
of
binder.
refusal or something.
First right of refusal.
Oh man. But that is so weird. That was that's actually weird. Not like JD Vance weird. Like that's just actually weird. But but in a good way. That's awesome. So
But hey, like-minded
endearing
people
way.
travel from.
yeah.
And
Dude.
that's
What
amazing.
movie- what
LP
movie is that
convention.
from? What movie it says is like I love it's a motherfucker or whatever. I
Love
forget.
is a
I'm just-
motherfucker. Is
Is
that from like
old school? Old school, right?
yeah, it might be old school.
Yeah, I think it's old school.
Or like some Adam Sandler movie, maybe.
Yeah. I think it was I don't know, whatever. Okay, but yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats. And so how bad has Australia been?
Thank
Give us a
you.
quick update. How bad is it?
Axel just let out the biggest sigh.
Sorry, Axel.
Do you want to come and do a rant about? He's really good at saying how shit Australia.
Yeah, I
is.
want to get this
Do that.
Axel's update.
Come on.
Jared, make a
This is
a banner.
All right.
Axel's Australia update.
strap yourselves in.
The biggest
all right,
thing is the
come in.
propaganda's in full swing here, and we've got
Yes.
apparently 3% inflation, but it's actually like 25% food prices.
Oh.
the government is setting us up for war in the Middle East, despite the Prime Minister being pro-Palestine or something like that. I'm not sure which side we're fighting on. And yeah,
Well,
going well. Oh, everyone's
so crazy.
miserable too.
Yeah.
Like you cannot believe.
going back to the Middle East thing, I think it's so
Everyone's
strange. I thought Israel was our greatest ally. Why aren't they sending their troops to fight in the Middle East? Then that's so weird since they're right there. Why aren't they sending their troops? They're America's greatest ally. Isn't that so strange?
I think they are sending their troops first. One, just to like officially fire the first shot to start the war, and then America's going to handle it.
That is probably true. But man, that sucks, dude. I think that with like the whole Australian thing, like when you guys get back there, like how different does it feel coming from like America to there? Like when you first get back and start going through the
Like
the
going
news
to
and everything
prison,
else.
I suppose.
Well, the thing that made it worse is our last few days we spent in Texas, and we were hanging out with a comedian mate we met in Fort Worth when we did our impromptu stand-up. And I was shooting guns in the backyard and having the best time, like freedom. He walked out with an AR-15 and was just firing that. And then I come back here and they've taken more of our guns away. They've told us that, things aren't that bad, but everyone is miserable. Anyone we talk to that we say we've just been in America, they're like, aren't you scared? Weren't you scared the whole time? And if Trump wins, it's going to be game over for everyone. And we're just propaganda here. Like even so, I'm sure we'll talk about it. The Olympics and the Last Supper or Dionysus, whatever you think it was, that wasn't even in our media, like at all.
Wow.
They didn't mention it.
Yeah, just white. And because it wasn't mentioned and wasn't even a controversy, it was like all the Christians here were just like, oh, the Olympics is fine. What's wrong with it? And you point it out, and they're like, oh, that didn't happen. The news would have told me.
Oh my gosh! Wow. No, not even like Twitter. Like, I mean, circling around on the social media, but they're just strictly relying on mainstream media telling you what's going on.
Only on X.
Everything else is heavily censored.
But isn't that what you guys, what everyone does? Someone pointed it out. They're like, in a few years, and I realized I did the same exact thing. Whenever something I hear whispers or something, or when something happens, I immediately go to X or Twitter, to find out news. Like I don't ever turn on a TV. I never like look on like, oh, let me go to CNN.com, or I just immediately go to X and be like, and just search up whatever what's going on.
You don't go to Google News?
Fuck no, like I've never done that. I've just straight X whenever anything happens. Like when Trump got assassinated. That didn't happen anymore. They that's old news. That doesn't matter.
Gone.
Or as Joy Reid, you hear Joy Reid said that, well, since Joe Biden survived COVID, it's like the same thing. Did you hear that?
Is he still alive?
Yeah, haven't we only seen him once since the assassination?
I think he's been dead for like 3 years at least.
Who?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
I think what
but
you're saying.
are they pretending he's alive?
Like which Joe Biden are we talking about?
Yeah. Which body double? Is this Meat Joe?
I think the
CGI
animatronic
Joe?
version. The animatronic version is
The Chuck E. Cheese arcade version is
Yeah, like
still going.
it's like a skin suit stretched over a metal skeleton. Like.
And they couldn't get the skeleton small enough, apparently.
Right, because apparently I don't know how that's true.
He
Though, but
grew like 6 inches. Is that true?
I think that's like one of the.
I think it's just optical illusion, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like when people hold a fish. When people hold a fish to the camera and they're like, "Look how huge this fish is," and like their head's like right next to it, and you're like, "Nah, man, that's like a small fish."
I don't know, man. I think Daddy Longlegs Joe has entered the picture. I think we got a new one. We got Tall Joe.
It's a body snatcher.
I
Joe.
think could it have been a stunt double, just a stunt double, and he looked so much like him in the face, or he was able to wear the mask so well that they overlooked the height problem.
They overlooked that
Probably.
his suit is cut different, his legs are different, and he actually can walk normally, and he doesn't have that goofy gait. And he can actually climb stairs
And
effortlessly.
there's no poop in his pants.
Oh,
Well,
a big tell. He ducks into like the Marine One, the helicopter. And you look at other old videos, and it's like he never fucking had to duck. Now all of a sudden
Maybe he
has
had
to,
a late growth
duck his
spurt.
head down. I'm just saying, we got
I'm still waiting on mine, dude.
Tall Joe has entered the
Dude,
picture
you know,
here.
it could
There's
be. It
multiple
could
Joe
just
Bidens.
be. This could be a side effect of like the latest like hormone chemical cocktail or whatever they're like pumping him full of to try to animate him. You know, like, see, I think they got to just keep that dude alive until the election, because if Kamala takes over now, doesn't that count as a term? And then she could only rule for 4 years, right?
No, it doesn't work like that because
Let's ask the Australian about
yeah.
US civics.
Let's get the Australian to tell us about our own politics.
LBJ could have run again, but didn't because he was so terrible and everyone hated him. But he could have done after taking over from Kennedy or having Kennedy assassinated. He could have run the third or second half term, whatever.
Yeah, him
You
and
heard
Alan
it here
Dulles.
first.
Yep.
Okay, well, glad at least somebody knows American policies and politics.
We don't know anything
We certainly never
really
paid
here.
any attention to that bullshit. Like, so
We're
No.
preparing for the citizenship
Exactly.
test. Do you guys have a citizenship test?
dude,
Like,
don't do it.
We do.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
Just come here
We
legally.
never had to sign that shit. Why should you?
Guys, just cross the southern border and they'll take you on a bus straight to New York City and just have, Governor Abbott will drop you right off. Or he'll take you right to see Kamala.
we wanna
You're just like a $10 bus ride from Maryland.
Yeah, right there.
We want to take on our $100,000 of US national debt, not contribute to creating more of it.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's
Yeah.
going to collapse soon anyways.
Right, because it's
It's all
now what
funny money.
we just hit $35 trillion in debt, and now it's
Who
like
did?
103,000. Oh, I'm sorry. I got
who
my
did?
pronouns or what is it? Sorry, my adverbs, whatever it is. I got that wrong. Sorry, man. I don't mean to offend you. Sorry. The United States government. Okay, the debt is now.
See how it's different? When it's their debt, it's funny, right? But when it's our debt, it's tragic, right?
But
Like, it's a big
it'll soon be
difference.
our debt.
It's not our debt. It's their debt.
They'll make it ours. They'll make it ours.
They can try.
Yeah.
I don't know how successful they'll be either. Yeah, so
A
you're probably right.
senator from Wyoming's trying to tie the dollar to Bitcoin or partially or something, which might reverse that stuff for the government.
That's got to be
Speaking
some
of
of the
hmm.
dumbest shit you could possibly imagine, right?
Well,
Like,
Babs, you were so the Bitcoin conference was this past week in Nashville, and do we have some clips on that? Because both,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
RFK spoke. I heard a little bit of that, and he seems a lot more based when it comes to crypto and understands crypto. Trump kind of, I don't know. Let's see what he had to say. Do we have some?
Well, I've
Yeah,
got this
I'll
article
post
here.
this link, and I got a couple timestamps.
Okay.
I mean, not to bury the lead, but the good news is that he mentioned commuting Ross's sentence again.
Oh, did
So, yeah, that's the only thing I really wanted to hear him say.
Yeah.
But I listened to the whole 45-minute speech, and it was just ridiculous. Like, he's got so many dumbass ideas, it's not even funny. But let's see.
Oh, yeah, Trump calls for U.S. to be crypto capital of the planet. An appeal to Nashville Bitcoin conference.
Here's a
He wants the U.S. to
and-
be a Bitcoin superpower.
Ooh.
well, Bitcoin is for everyone, even your enemies. You know,
Mhm.
like
Did
Were you sending me a video here?
Didn't he say
Yeah,
something
there.
about confiscated Bitcoin from the DOJ to create like a strategic reserve of Bitcoin?
Oh, good lord.
yeah, he wants to. That's one of the things he mentioned is creating a strategic. First of all, he's like, we're not going to sell the Bitcoin. We're keep everything we stole from Ross and your friends. We're keeping it.
It's ours now, bitch.
Property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was eating itself alive from
Can we
within.
go at like 1.5 speed on this?
As part of our effort to provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand.
Okay, so now he's talking about USDC.
Right. Yeah, but he doesn't know what a stable coin is, but he's told to say this. Now,
Yeah.
what he says next should be of particular interest to every Bitcoiner. or at least the original.
allowing us to
crypto
extend the
anarchists.
dominance of the U.S. dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So that's the way it is. That's pretty much the way it is. Those who say that Bitcoin is a threat to the dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The behavior of the current U.S. government is really threatening the dollar.
All right, let's pause it there.
All right. Fair
Yeah,
point.
it's definitely. I mean,
Well,
what he says
Bitcoin
there is
also
true.
does threaten the dollar. Both of those things
Well,
threaten the dollar.
Bitcoin's more like the
Right.
alternative to what they're doing to the dollar.
Right.
Right. Like Bitcoin doesn't have any say in the dollar except giving people a place to put their wealth besides the dollar. So, in a way, what he's saying is true. But this idea that he's going to use stable coins, not Bitcoin, stable coins like Tether or I don't know what other
USDC.
yeah, these are things, centralized cryptocurrencies that are pegged to the dollar by the central authority and completely regulated, completely controllable. Probably what is going to be the CBDC of the future is not going to be from Trump. It's going to be from like Tether or something like that. It's just going to work its way in. And anyway, so he's got it all backwards, right? Like, no, of course, Bitcoin is to challenge the dollar, not to strengthen it. But, whatever.
Well, he can't say
He's
that.
got some other good things to say.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going with this?
Let's
Or should I fast forward to Bitcoin price jump? 34.30.
yeah, that's pretty funny. At 34 minutes and 30 seconds, he starts boasting.
As a result,
About the
during
pricing.
my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900%, from $898 the day I took office to $35,900
That's not even true.
the
is
day
it?
I left.
We say $898.
I don't know. Let's look this up. Wait.
Dude, it was not
Bitcoin-
never
Okay, let's check it.
$898.
Bitcoin in 2000.
Dude, it was probably
It's possible.
10,000.
2016.
That was like 2016. There
Nah,
was
it
a
was higher than
crash.
8.
That's-
It
that's
didn't go
20
that low.
It's 2017 when he took office, so
Right.
it
January 1st,
wasn't
January
really-
whatever. 20th, right?
yeah.
Bitcoin started around $430 and ended at around 970. Now this is 2016.
I think let's just consider it
That's
for the
not-
sake of this presentation to be close enough.
Okay.
But what he says is pretty funny.
I mean, it's not close at all. But anyways, we'll go on.
It's not?
I think so.
I mean, starting.
The biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. Normally you say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration
you
caused the
printed so
biggest
much fucking
inflation in the
money,
history
dude.
of our country. And that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You have a lot
Now you
of
can pause it.
great analysts out there.
Oh, that sounds like my sex life.
Yeah, I guess it was
I
around
did
$1,000
confirm
back then,
it,
so.
and like I don't know, I'm just kind of looking at this graph. On January 13th, 2017, price was $825. So it was down there.
All right,
there was
all
a
right.
big surge. But the
I guess
funny thing is,
I
he's
forgot when the
so he wants to take credit for this surge in Bitcoin price. But remember, people putting their money in Bitcoin is a hedge against the empire,
Right.
against Trump. Like the shittier the U.S. does, the more people dump their money into Bitcoin, right? So he's literally bragging about,
But then he
like,
is
how
responsible
shitty he
for it.
was.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, Axel.
Yeah. So it's like,
I
yeah,
just-
this could be great because you sucked. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe that was the 4D chess move.
oh, that's 40.
oh,
Oh, there it is.
Wow. We may have
Yeah.
solved
What a
guys.
genius.
He's
A genius of
And
geniuses.
guys, trust the plan, guys. Trust the plan.
There was another, I don't have the timestamp, but there was another spot in this thing where he starts talking about his uncle and what a genius he was and how everyone in his family is such a genius.
Who was, like,
Like, he's so good, you know, like so predictable. You want to jump to 4500?
Oh boy, I don't know if I can handle more Trump.
Dude, he's on a roll. Let him cook.
Yeah, let him.
Okay,
cook.
let him
Policy
go.
of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%.
Where'd they
I
get
hope you
that
do well,
Bitcoin?
please.
Where'd they get it?
This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. As you know,
All right, stop it right
as
there.
Yeah, that's
Bitcoin,
not good.
strategic Bitcoin stockpile.
You know, Trump's going to walk into a building bank vault and be like, "Okay, where is the Bitcoin? I need to see the pile."
yeah. I need to audit this Bitcoin.
Where's the Bitcoin?
You know what I immediately thought of though?
Does he say private keys at all during this speech?
I don't believe that he
I
would
don't
never
think he
say
does
private
in this
keys.
one, but he did at the LP convention because Angela told him it was important.
Yeah, really? Yeah, he did. Now, all right.
I thought that was bad. I
He's
thought
like, where
Babs
am
would
I?
have told him it was important.
Libertarians? What's that? What do they want to hear? He's like free Ross, Bitcoin, private
wars,
keys,
private keys.
And tell them they're idiot. Tell them they're stupid.
A bunch
It's like that Family Guy skit
Tell him
when
you're
he's.
a loser.
It's like that Family Guy skit when Lois is like running for office, and she's just like 9/11, and then everyone like applauses, except it's just Trump saying like Bitcoin, Ross, and libertarians just get nuts.
But you know what this made me think
3%.
of? Yeah. Are you
But
guys
private
familiar
keys.
with the strategic raisin reserve of the United States?
No, but do
Have
we
you ever
have
heard
one?
of this?
Raisin?
Yeah. Yeah, the U.S. government has a national raisin reserve that was created after World War II in order to control raisin prices, right? So, it's still to this day. They confiscate a portion of people's crops and they put it in this raisin reserve. So, to me, this is what kind of like what the Bitcoin reserve is going to be modeled after.
Oh,
You know,
there's a
like-
Raisin Administrative Committee.
Of course, there
Those are
is.
jobs.
Oh my God, that's right. More jobs.
It was created after World War II by the government in order to control raisin prices.
Good.
Now, so
Raisin
think
prices
about
were
that
out of
and-
control, man.
they also
It was
have
like
an oil
5
reserve,
cents a
right?
raisin.
And they use the oil reserve to help regulate the price of oil. They use the raisin reserve to regulate the price of raisins. What do you think they're going to do with the Bitcoin reserve? They're going to fuck around with Bitcoin price.
Well, let them
Call,
try.
man. Good call.
Try. But
Oh,
the
man.
hilarious thing is like the people at the Bitcoin conference clapping for any of this shit, right?
But are those
Like,
real
these
Bitcoiners
people-
or are those just like his crew that he
Probably
brought in
is.
once again?
Probably
No,
his
those
crew.
are those are they're not the original, like crypto anarchists, hanging around a pork fest, right? Trying to like overthrow the Federal Reserve. These are people that are into they're the big money people. Big money. So regulatory framework, thumbs up, because now they can get more of their corporate buddies on board, right? So price everything. Centralization, decentralization, centralization, who cares? Who's controlling it? Who cares? Right? Like privacy, who cares? Price everything. So
Oh well.
anyway, but they're cheering for this shit. Like it's like Bitcoin needs Trump. Really? Like, I'm sorry, but the whole reason Bitcoin exists is because we don't give a shit about Trump. Because we
But
don't
do you think it
care
could
what
be,
their
though, that
policies going to be.
They just don't want like administration of Kamala Harris coming down on Bitcoiners and labeling them as domestic terrorists and shit. They'd rather have someone at least promoting it.
Bring it on. Okay, Bitcoin was meant to draw their attack. Like they can't defeat it. They can attack the fiat like border, but they cannot do anything to Bitcoin. And like the harder they attack it, the more resilient Bitcoin proves to be. So, bring it on, Kamala. Bring it on, Elizabeth Warren. I think the DNC is going to backtrack now on Bitcoin big time because they're seeing their opposition like, maybe there is a lot of money there we could get. They're like, does it compete with APAC? Like, not yet, but maybe someday.
It's also
I don't know
where,
early.
I don't know where I saw it on. I don't know. It was somewhere on the Twitter sphere this week around the Bitcoin. And it was just like, what a lost opportunity for libertarians in this country, for the Libertarian Party to really embrace Bitcoin. Because now you have like Trumpers, to your point, Babs, just like they don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. But now, to your point, yeah, they're going to totally the Democrat Party is totally going to double down against Bitcoin because of this. Because it's like whatever Trump is in favor of, we have to do the exact opposite. And to your point, they're going to demonize it. They're going to try to demonize it as much as possible. But I mean,
or they're going to do the same calculation that the Republicans have done and said, "Holy shit, there's billions of dollars there," and like millions and millions and millions of Americans are using Bitcoin, and we can either go to war with them or we can, maybe not piss them off. I predict they're going to quietly tone down the Elizabeth Warrens, and we're not going to hear any big rhetoric. I'm sure they'll still try to prosecute or do what they can. I don't expect them to free Ross next week or anything, but it's interesting to see that
freed Assange.
Political force.
We reckon they freed Assange because Trump promised to free Ross, because it was shortly after that they let Assange come home.
I'm convinced that played a part. That was their move. Like, okay, this is their checker on the or whatever checkers chest, whatever they're
enemies of the state. DC bash at the LP convention. Like made a point of mentioning Assange, and then days later he's released. I'm not saying we had anything to do with that. Just could be a coincidence. Also, days later, we're like supporting Ross. The next day, Trump comes out in support of Ross. I'm not saying that event was, important in any way, but somehow things are going our way.
Well, that war event did more than the Australian government did to get Assange home. So thank you. Thank you.
But
have they done anything? I heard they charged him for the flight home. It was like $500,000.
Yes.
Yeah. I was surprised he wasn't arrested upon landing here. Not because he's technically committed any crime in Australia, just because they don't like him.
Yeah, I mean,
why isn't he a national hero? He should be a national hero of Australia. People in this country don't even know he's from Australia. They think he's guilty of treason.
I think he is.
Yeah, they think he's like Edward Snowden. They think they're like the same guy.
Right. But yeah, so I had a question, Axel. I don't know if you guys have been back in Australia, but I wasn't sure if you were going to join our group, White Dudes for Harris. I don't know if you're going to be a part of that or not.
White Dudes for Kamala.
That's not a.
You don't want to join it? Come on, man!
We were on a Zoom call with 40,000 cucked white dudes.
Starting with the Karens for Kamala, aka a white women for Kamala.
This lady's
Harris
Australian.
Zoom call.
She
almost
sounds Australian.
200,000 lefties, including celebrities.
No, that's our
dialing in
conservative
to support the
presenter too.
borders are.
Nice eyebrows.
As a warning, what you're about to see is A-grade level lefty insanity.
Why did you
Karens for Kamala? I don't know. You will wonder who is in charge, and you will be desperate to talk to some kind of manager, and there will not be one, which honestly is still really a struggle for me.
As white women, we are the ones that have the privilege, of course. And
the way to center
this
is real.
and white voices that are often at the forefront of our history books and our media.
I am here tonight embracing myself in your
what show is this lady
incredible,
from?
profound white
Nashville.
women midst.
Thank you. I finished. I just went to collective
No, she's in
therapy.
something
That was
else
so
that I was
beautiful,
watching
and we
recently.
needed that so much.
Okay, I think we all
But wait,
need
where's the,
therapy.
Look at the dude in the upper left.
Go back real quick.
Hold on, there's the
Jared.
one with the dude. This guy.
Oh,
this
the
guy.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Masculinity as a trope has been co-opted by the MAGA right into something that feeds into and exacerbates the loneliness epidemic, as well as the mental health crisis that many face that end up leading to
Why does
really
this look
destructive
like
behavior.
Yes, it's a cult. It's a
God bless you.
lefty.
Sorry, guys.
Is that the
total
loneliness
freak show.
problem?
Wait, you had a faggot in your throat?
Like,
There's a loneliness
And I'll
epidemic.
give you an example of the real white dudes for Kamala from a pro-Kamala
Oh, here we go.
pact.
Us MAGA Republicans banned abortion, but that's just the start.
That's just the start. If Trump gets elected, we want the government involved in all aspects of your sex life.
Way more involved.
Way more involved.
When you have sexual intercourse, it should be illegal to use contraception. No pills.
first
no
off,
condoms.
all of you have to have sex in the first place. How about that?
If you freeze 12 eggs, you should be required to have 12 babies, or else you're a serial killer. And I'm definitely not a serial killer.
Are you?
Yes, no, this is serious. And these
my gosh.
actors are Democrat voters, ladies and gentlemen. Say no more. Now to a regular lefty. Chelsea has been
my
handler.
God.
The alleged comedian has been disturbingly triggered
She
by
is
those
off
JD
the rocker.
Vance
I forgot
comments
about her.
childless cat ladies, prompting this rather bizarre and nonsensical meltdown.
No president in the history of the United States has ever been a mother. But maybe if she had 5 kids with 3 different men and a scandalous affair with a porn star and was convicted felon, that would be more palatable to Republican men.
Kamala doesn't have any
my
kids.
God, are we tired? You sad diet Mountain Dew drinking, couch humping, dolphin porn
Why is everyone going
aficionado.
after Diet
All of
Mountain
us
Dew?
Childless cat and dog ladies are going to go from childless
Oh,
and crushing
JD
it
Vance,
to
weird.
childless and crushing you in November. And before you tell me he didn't really couch, spare me. I grew up in New Jersey in the 80s where everyone had a couch in their basement, and I know a couch when I see one.
Yes, Chelsea, it's clear.
All right.
Well, that's convincing evidence. Has a couch, therefore fucked it.
Well, she
Case
seems to have a
closed.
lot of experience with these couch fuckers. So,
Yeah.
I guess we're supposed to consider her a credible authority on JD Vance.
I find it weird they didn't call him weird. I thought that was that they missed
Yeah,
that
explain
memo.
this weird thing to me because I'm kind of out of the loop
Play it.
on this.
Play the clip.
Well,
play it.
he's-
You got to play the clip.
JD
Sorry,
Vance
this
is weird.
we got
Where's the
so many
weird?
clips.
He's
Did,
weird.
James, did you post it?
I posted the link for the montage. If I can post it again.
Yeah, post that in there because this is a very it's almost like they woke up in the morning and they were told, oh, like
They
how
got their marching orders.
safe and effective and
Oh,
unprovoked
Vance's
attack
weird
on Ukraine.
montage.
Yeah, it's,
I love
that
it.
same along the same lines. And
Yeah, it's
I got
mass it's just psychosis. It's,
right.
Yeah, dude, it's just fucking insane. This rollout of Kamala.
Here's the link.
And
Are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. As weird and creepy as JD Vance.
Dude, you fucked
super
that
weird
Chinese
idea
spy.
from JD Vance.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate, they're weird. Deeply and profoundly weird. They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird. It's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies.
That's
Let's
the
start
dude that
with the weird
breastfed
thing,
baby.
because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was his talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
You ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Weird and cultish.
These are weird people on the other side.
He kind of doubled down on his weird ideas. I think weird is probably generous. Simply weird. These guys are just plain weird. Vance as weird?
You know, as the campaign said, weird.
It really is just plain weird.
JD Vance, plain weird.
I mean, I don't know how else you could read it.
Weird. It is kind of weird.
We're not afraid of weird people. The other side, they're just weird.
Why are you being so weird?
Vance has done something more extreme, more
Dude,
weird.
no matter
Cheese
what
on a
kind of
wall
weird stuff
burger.
they keep saying. Trump and Vance are just weird, in addition to being dangerous to democracy.
It's the weird part that's the most engaging.
Whom he addressed as my beautiful Christians, which was super weird.
Weird tech bro, JD Vance.
He's a weird guy.
JD Vance, uneasy and sort of weird.
Frankly, for lack of a better word, that he's weird.
Sarcastic remarks that aren't
Weird.
even funny, and he kind of shows that he can't really deliver a one-liner.
So, Sam, weird is the word here.
Weird is the word.
Weird is
that
the
we
word.
have been told to say ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Can you?
God,
I
man.
mean, I love the internet, and whoever. I'm hoping a computer is going through finding these things, so somebody doesn't have to watch all these hours of CNN and MSNBC.
Dude, God bless them.
Yeah.
Because hold on, I'm gonna share this. I want to share this. Share right here.
What you got there, sir? Yeah, man. This whole rollout of Kamala this past week. What has it been? 1 week? 2 weeks? What is going on? Like it?
Who knows?
It's been 2 weeks.
But I think it's pretty I'm impressed, frankly, the way that they're basically like eliminating Kamala's past and recreating her as somebody that they've always loved.
So Michael Malice actually predicted this in January 16th, 2022. He said the word "weird" is their reaction when they haven't received instructions from the cathedral about how to integrate
something.
Yeah, integrate something in their ongoing narrative. They're incapable of independent judgment and thought in general. Is that not him predicting it like straight up?
So he was calling.
Absolutely.
So they used this strategy before in 2022. He's saying.
Well, yeah, right. But he predicted.
Yeah, that's
perfect. I mean, weird is the perfect like adjectives because it's negative, but it's really nothing you can point your finger to and argue with.
Yeah,
right?
you can't be like, I'm not weird.
Feeling.
Like if you say
It's
I'm
just
not
a
weird, then
feeling.
you just like digging yourself further into your weird hole, right?
I mean, of course that dude's weird.
Weird hole.
He's a megalomaniac, like trying to like seize power, like in politics. These guys are all weird.
They're all weird.
Okay, that's not who cares. The way the media just like gets in lockstep, though, I think is the funny story.
Yeah, that's what's really weird.
Yeah.
But nope, it's us. We're
It's
weird.
not weird at all, though. It's to be expected, dude.
Weird punk rock libertarian.
Beep, beep, beep.
So
Message
obvious.
received.
Dude, I saw some weird people last night. I took
Like what?
Were you
there's this
watching the
band-
Olympics?
No, I went to a show in Baltimore last
He's
night.
in
There's
the
a band called Stateside that I wanted to see. It's a really cool like pop punk band. They're freaking awesome. But they played with like all these like pro trans mathcore stuff. And so like I was like, it's kind of weird. And I took my son there. So,
no.
I didn't know the name. Like See You Space Cowboy. I've heard of them. I don't like them. They're not really that good, but I didn't know like the lead singer was trans.
Oh,
I
like
didn't realize
Cowboy
it.
Bebop?
No. This is like different. And so
Well, no, that name is from Cowboy Bebop.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It says at the end of every episode, it says "See you, Space Cowboy."
Where was the show?
Autobar.
Oh man, you still
There was a lot of-
fucking patronize that place.
Yeah.
Fuck that place, dude.
No, Otto, I was
all right.
I was going to ask if you wanted to go to. Do you want to go see Protest the Hero with me? in, like,
Yes,
November?
I know. I just saw protest here. Let's
All right.
go.
Stop going
Let's
to
do it.
these places. Like, just stop.
Well, if I
Like,
stop
just
going, then I won't
stop.
see any of my favorite bands. Like, it's
Just
not my
stop.
fault.
Who
then-
cares? Just don't patronize them.
Just stay in your house.
Just
Yeah.
stay in your house.
Grow a vegetable garden. Never leave.
These places for like this place a couple years ago were requiring vaccine cards, which somebody, even though it was fake, complied to go see certain bands. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not patronizing any place like that, even though it's like the best like punk band, like punk bar.
I mean, you've
like-
never presented your passport to go to, say, Jamaica before?
I have. But that's
Okay.
different.
Hey,
Touche.
sometimes you gotta negotiate with terrorists, right?
I guess so.
That's
Yeah.
James's
To
phrase,
Babs'
man.
point. Yeah.
So I wanted to
Yeah.
see
If you want to.
Dude,
You
I
know.
just cannot with that place. But anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I went
So
there.
how was it? Was it just really bad? Like just
No, it was actually fine. Like there was a bunch of trans people around, and like it was funny. I used the bathroom. There's just like this guy with like just dressed as a girl, I guess, completely, but at the urinal peeing, and like my son's like, oh man,
What the
like,
fuck?
he's shaking his head. But I'm like, yeah, man, we'll talk about it later. Just whatever. And we just went just for the one band. I didn't stay for See You Space Cowboy. I was like, nah, this is enough for me. I was like, I'm staying for Stateside.
Well, at least that
I was like,
dude
yeah, there we
used the
go.
appropriate bathroom, though, right?
Well, on the wall though, I meant to send you a picture of this at the auto bar. They clearly let you know that you use the bathroom that you feel comfortable using.
oh.
This is we're not
As it should be, right?
Yeah.
Dude, what was that
So
one
I got
bar?
the
equipment.
shit in the girls' bathroom.
There was this brewery. What was the brewery in Baltimore, Otto, that like had like
Oh, so that's my all right. So I don't. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
trash
but it had
but
it, not only was it like in Braille, so you know it was 80.
It said unisex bathroom on a big unisex, and then in quotation marks underneath it said with urinal. And the other one it says without
Unisex
urinal
with changing table.
Wait,
Like,
is this
there was
at
one with, like,
the
changing
one that
table.
starts with W?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I love that.
kinda
I
like-
love the brewery so much. They're so cool.
Oh, me and some friends are gonna do like a Pigtown bar crawl.
Oh, I'm not gonna trash them at all.
Yeah, but I mean, well, anyway.
Just the viewers.
No, but dude, Southern Brewery District in Pigtown. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys see, man, you guys should have made it through Baltimore before you guys left Australia. We could have shown you.
I know.
Shown you guys
We'll
a
be
good
back.
time.
We'll be back next year for
Wait,
sure.
so how does
Right.
how does a marriage license that you get in Vegas work in Australia?
Yes.
So we're able to present it on like bills and stuff or whatever to say that we're together, but we also aren't registered with the state here as being married.
Because we don't want to.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? Why don't you guys come back and make some anchor babies?
Yes,
Yeah.
we've been told that advice.
We'll live stream it. Wait, what?
Whoa. Hey, that's our new after
what?
hours theme. There you go.
Whoa, that's in the overflow room.
What was it?
The
Anchor
overflow
baby?
room.
The overflow room.
Yeah, what's going on in the overflow room? What's going on there, Jared? I'm gonna come.
But yeah,
And we'll call the first baby Babs.
Oh,
Baby Babs.
Baby Babs.
Baby Babs.
Just gonna call
Oh,
it Babby.
man.
where
Babby.
did you
You
go?
might want to
Where did-
check with Axel on that one. I
Yeah.
think
Where did you go in Vegas? What was that experience like?
Well, we actually went to Freedom Fest. So that's why we went and hung out
Oh,
with
yeah.
Dan Taxationist Theft Berman and promoted his Bloods of Tyrants wine. And
How is that
tea. So
wine, by the
was-
way?
I like that guy.
Good.
Haven't heard that
Good.
name in a while. That's cool.
But Freedom Fest was quite interesting.
Yeah.
It,
You should talk about
it wasn't really about freedom. It was more about give us money for our grift.
Silver statue of David, things like that.
Yeah, one of these
Tell us more.
presenters, one of the presenters is recreating statues from the Renaissance art era, including the statue of David. And he just wanted money to fund this project, basically stealing the art from other countries to make statues in America. It was really confusing. There wasn't very much freedom about Freedom Fest.
No.
Not much of
No.
a fest either. Like,
No.
It's
Is it just a
pretty
big
dry.
grift now? Is it just?
Yes.
well,
Yeah, that's,
who else? I
Yes.
thought it was a big deal. I thought, isn't it a big conference?
It's pretty big.
There's a lot of people there and a lot of money spent on it, but it's not really about freedom. There's all those, those like tangibly crypto, tangibly scams, investment things. There are a lot of those kind of booths and stuff like that.
That sucks. It's the kind of place that would have Trump. Hardly a freedom event.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think
Any
I think
highlights?
Stefan Molyneux was there, wasn't he?
The highlight was
years
just hanging
ago.
out with Dan. The best night was when we went to this dive bar in Old Vegas with the LP Nevada crew. They were fun to
nice.
hang out
Oh
with.
yeah, Adam.
Those are
Adam is
cool.
good dude.
And
Adam,
Travis.
yeah,
Um,
they're good people.
Good people.
Okay. So you had a good
But
time.
other
Tell us
than
about
that-
it. What was a dive bar like?
That was pretty fun.
That was good.
Martha,
Cheap beers on the strip. That was old strip, whatever it is.
Martha Bueno was there, and I met Ross's mom. That was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but
good.
Freedom Fest.
Yeah, I was trying to
itself
introduce you guys at Pork Fest, but we couldn't make it
Yeah.
happen. So,
Pork Fest was definitely better than Freedom Fest by a long shot. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
should have been there. I was asking Babs, where's the PRL lads? We
Ah.
made it all the way from Australia.
I'm
I-
broke.
next year, guys, what do you say? Right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Next
I'm
year.
down.
Let's go.
Yeah, next year for sure. I had too
Let's
much.
go to
I had too much
Australia.
going on. I had too much going on prior and after, and it's like I can't swing. I can't
Like,
do
I don't
it.
have anything going on, but I managed to go. Like, come on.
Well, Babs, not everybody can work from their mobile camper.
His daughter
drive
was
around.
Wait, are we talking about Pork
His
Fest or are we
daughter
talking about going to
graduated,
Australia?
and he's still there.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah, let's go to Australia.
No,
That's
you
what I
know
thought
what?
we were
Don't
talking
come
about.
there. Don't come here. No,
Not even to visit. Not
Do
even to
not
visit.
come.
Ah.
Listen, if I didn't go to places,
unless
that were
you're coming
communist,
with
I
like a
couldn't
few
leave my house.
container ships full of machine guns.
We'll save that for the Fed level in the after hours.
That's Fed
We
level.
can start a GoFundMe.
That's
And
Fed
I'm
level
all
talks in the after
I'm
hours.
all about bringing a shipments of whatever's needed to whoever needs it. You know, like that's definitely something we talk about on the Fed level.
Yeah, we still don't have one.
Yeah, we're still waiting for our first Fed level Patreon supporter.
$1,000, and we'll tell you all the deets in the after hours. But
Right.
You know what?
No.
I think what we should do is we should do a Fed level show, right? As like a promo, right? Like as a sample. You know what I mean? Like, look, this is the kind of stuff we're
let's
going to
have it
discuss.
But wait. Then the feds won't be inclined to listen because they can just do that anyway because they freaking own the internet.
No, you redact it all just like their documents, so you can't actually tell what's going on.
The trick is to make it easy for them. We're only asking for like $1,000. You know what I mean? Like
$1,000 a month.
Like there's specialized software and decryption and you know, like that stuff's expensive. We're trying to
just
streamline
think,
government here.
One Patreon Fed level subscriber will fill the coffers back after we spend a lot of our money on our 500th episode at our crab feast that we're going to be having, which I'm super excited about. That's going to be so might as well plug that now, you know. Episode 500 live episode we're going to be recording at Crabtown, USA in right here in Glen Burnie, Baltimore, Maryland. Everyone, August 17th, Saturday, 1 to 4. If you guys are listening, you're able to drive here like an hour, just do it. Just come on out. Free crabs,
Are there places
free
to
apps.
stay overnight for out of towners?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to contribute, if you want to donate, you can. But if you're a cheapskate, you can just come and mooch.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's what Babs does.
Totally doing that.
Well, you're the draw.
And but let's is there like, are you guys staying overnight? Like, is there going to be a hotel or what's the deal?
Crabtown?
Dude, I live right up the street.
Yeah,
I'm
You live up
I'm
the
gonna
street?
drunk drive home. Okay?
Yeah, I'm like 20 minutes away, dude.
Wait,
I'm kidding.
are you? Wait, I didn't realize this was in a bad neighborhood.
No, Glen Burnie? No.
No, it's like a little white trashy, but
It's a little white trash, but it's
good
fine.
people.
There's not that many dudes for Harris there. White dudes for Harris. Like, not that many. I'll say that.
Not a lot of U.S. Marshals out there either.
Oh, do we want to say? Do you want to tease
yeah,
that?
we got to jump on that before we run out of time.
Do we want to do that in after hours? Or we do that now?
Why don't we just let's give us a little intro and then as a teaser, then we'll cover it in depth
I'll
in
say
after hours.
Jared broke one of Bab's rules.
I broke a Bab rule.
Yeah.
Very slightly, but I broke it. I had a visit from U.S. Marshals today at my front door.
Was it your front door?
Yeah, they came to my front door. I mean, that was one of the stops they made, but they did come to my front door. And I did talk to them, one of them.
Oh, and these were you and Kyle Wagner. So that was you hosted the
But
show.
I did not invite them inside, and I did not give them any
What did you serve
additional
them with their
information that
tea?
they didn't already know.
Did you
which
see
was
them?
nothing.
Did you serve them crumpets with that tea that you made them?
Should I just tell the story, or should I save it?
You have to give it to us now. Just go.
Yeah,
ahead.
why not? Let's just blow Liberty Load of our
all
listeners.
right. So, where to start? So, yeah, I work from home.
Play the video. Play the video.
Oh yeah, I need to pull up the video.
You have video of feds.
Well, let me just
Done
tell
drawing.
the
Yeah,
sort of
tell the story.
all the background.
While you're loading it, I'll give a preview. His neighborhood was invaded by armed assassins.
Yeah.
Stand by to find out what happens next.
So, yeah, so I work from home, and I was in my office working, and Shannon, my wife, also has like one day a week where she is working from home, and that happened to be today. And her office is at like one corner of the house that faces the street, and mine's in like the back corner. So all of a sudden I hear her go, "Jared?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "There's like violence going on next door." And I'm like, "What is that?
Violence.
What does
State
that
violence.
mean?"
Well, dear, we live in Baltimore City.
I'm like, "What does that mean?"
You
And she's
narrow
like,
that down a little.
"Yeah." And
kind
she's
of
like,
violence?
"Someone's banging on the door," and I'm like, I don't hear anything. Like, I can hear my door, right? I'm like, there's no one banging on the door. She's like, no, next door. Someone's banging on the door, telling them to, you know, just yelling. There's a bunch of yelling. And so I'm like, okay. So I go, and to like right outside her room is like a window that faces the street and like a little like landing room on the second floor. So I go to that window, I look out, and I see a van or like a big SUV, and there's a dude in like full kit with an AR or whatever, MP5, whatever he's got, like pointed up, aimed at my neighbor's house. So I start filming, which I'm trying to find the
I'm sure your dead neighbor would really appreciate you getting that on camera.
Here we go.
Holy shit. Yeah, dude, I was like, what the fuck did I miss? Like, I think I had my phone charging up in my office at work, and I was down in the shop for a couple hours, and I come back, I'm like, what the fuck?
So yeah, this is out the front of my house.
There's fucking like kids in the back.
Oh my fucking god. Who is that? Are they the National Guard?
Like he's taking cover behind somebody's minivan.
I love
Jared. What's going on there?
She's like, I love. Is that the National Guard?
Yes.
He looks like a Secret Service counter sniper.
That was me chewing gum. Sorry, that was me chewing gum, Otto.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, we're just sitting there like eating popcorn, like watching the chicken.
Honey, get the popcorn.
But yeah, then there's like, I mean, that's just like one
Holy
car.
shit.
Then like a whole shitload more pull up.
Clearly, he couldn't get over the back of that
see
truck
but it
because it was
looks
too
like he's
slanted.
pointing a gun at your neighbor. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's pointing a gun at the neighbor. Then,
as far as I'm concerned, if somebody's pointing a gun at me or my family or somebody in my community, like that, you don't have to wait. Like that's a credible threat and a time for self-defense.
Jared, you could have kicked off the boog, man.
I could have. So okay, so there's that, and then in the backyard, their kids, so this is like a family that lives next door, and I don't know the full story, but I think they've been letting a friend of the family stay with them who might come into play later in this story. But anyways, so the kids are out in the back, like they have like one of those like above ground pools. The kids are out in the back like playing in the pool, and then I open my back door, I look out, and there's marshals like around the perimeter of their backyard. Like there's a fence.
Federal
They're
marshals.
like,
So you've established they're federal marshals and not
at this point, yeah. Well, at this point, I didn't know that they were, but later I saw they had like vests and shit that said federal marshal or U.S. Marshals on it. But they were definitely U.S. Marshals, 100%.
Some of the most cowardly shitheads that work for the government.
Yeah, and so they're standing back there. They're on the other side. They have like a chain link on their side at their house, and on the other side of the chain link is like the marshals, and they've got a fucking German Shepherd with them too, who's just like sitting there. And also, I know these people have like dogs as well, and so I'm just like watching this go down. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the kids are out back, so like I don't know. It's really confusing. And then I kind of go back to my desk. I try to work, but I'm obviously like not very focused. Then all of a sudden I hear, my ring doorbell go off, and I'm like, oh fuck, one of them's at my front door. And I look and
get the machine gun.
Yeah, start firing rounds now.
Get the Tannerite.
What's
Get
funny,
the
like
Rumba Claymores.
Let's
go.
I'm in like
it's
I'm in like a few group chats, and at least the majority of them were like, now's your time to take a shot. But anyways,
more Roomba.
So I go to the front door. And yeah, it's one of them out there.
Front towards enemy, Jared. Front towards enemy.
And I mean, I could have just ignored it, and nothing probably would have happened. But I was also kind of curious. Because like, what the fuck's going on? So I answer the door. My dog starts going nuts. So I'm like, hold on, let me put my dog.
Man, your dog was in jeopardy, man.
Well, I know.
Like,
well,
oh
hold
my
on.
God, did the dog survive the encounter?
He did. He did survive, because I was like, let me put my dog in, just in case this guy like forces himself into my house or something. Like, let me go put the dog into the crate, put him in the crate. Then I go out on the front porch, and the guy's like, sorry to bother you.
He could fear for his life at any moment. So, you really have to be careful.
Yeah.
Well, dude, so he's like, first he's like, he shows me like a picture or he shows me like a you know, a document of some kind. It's got a picture of a dude, and like I see the word like rape on it, and he's like, have you are you familiar with this? Do you know this guy or whatever? And I'm like,
wait, so the guy was an Israeli soldier?
Yeah, exactly. But he's like, do you know this guy, or like have you seen this guy? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I only know like the one dude that lives next door. That's not him.
You said,
like,
I don't talk to cops.
That's what I should have said.
My lawyer present.
Right. That's what I should have said,
Right?
but I knew I wasn't under suspicion, so I was like a little more lax.
Especially when you don't talk to cops.
Okay.
Seriously. You know it's true. You know it's true.
But anyways, I didn't really offer much help, and he was like, "Yeah, we have a warrant for this guy's arrest. He's
Did he
wanted
get
for
to
some pretty nasty
I'm sure he
stuff."
was like, I wonder if I smell weed. Like, oh, let me look. Was he looking in, like trying to look behind you as you open the door to see what was in there?
I took precautions as soon as I saw cops outside. I'll just say that much. I took precautions.
The problem is, anytime you have a conversation, you give them a chance to say, well, he said this, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that could be completely made up, but you're the one that had the conversation, and they're the one whose word they're going to take if push comes to shove. So basically, you set yourself up to have them say you said anything that they need you to say to get to the next level of escalation.
Did you film this encounter, Jared?
No, I didn't.
I
film
would
it.
have. I would have been like, "You're being filmed."
I mean,
right
it wasn't
now.
really like an interrogation. It was just like a question.
It's always an interrogation.
CYA though.
It
CYA.
is always an interrogation. I told you the story about.
But anyways, hold on.
I
Let me finish this. Let me just finish the story. So,
okay, go on.
So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, like I don't really know. Like I just know the one dude over there. Like I can't. I'm sorry, I can't help. And then he's like, yeah, we're gonna be like around in the back. Just make sure you keep your dog inside.
we can't resist.
Yeah. I was like, don't worry, dude. I'm way fucking ahead of you. I'm way fucking ahead of you. My dog's not leaving the house for the next however long you're fucking here. So yeah, they ended up just like hanging out. They ended up hanging out front for like another, I want to say like half hour, 45 minutes. I don't know what they were doing. Like the dude was clearly not there. Like I don't know if he was this other friend that was staying there or if it was just a completely like wrong house situation.
That's what I was thinking.
There's never a right house for this kind of shit to go down. Like
A Mike to Matt situation.
Yeah.
What's that?
A Mike turncoat Termont situation.
Yeah. But
Well,
eventually they
qualified
left.
Immunity himself.
Eventually they left, and yeah.
Wow.
And,
yeah, it
and
was
still like no word. I mean, did you talk to your neighbor since, or?
Nah, I didn't go over there. I mean, they had like the whole family, like the whole family was like sitting on the front porch, and like there's just like all these guys keep pouring out, like, and then as soon as they came out, they left. It was fucking like really bizarre.
did
Like,
anybody
look at
get
this
carried
picture.
off?
No, and yeah, I watched them leave. Like no one was in cuffs.
I guarantee you they're in the wrong house.
Wrong
Guarantee
house.
it. I guarantee you.
I don't know.
Or the target wasn't there. But like, what's the
Yeah, I think-
protocol when you see a bunch of cops at your neighbor's house? Like, I kind of want to go over and be like, "Are you guys okay?" Right? Like, but I also don't want to get in the middle of some shit. And
Well, that's what I'm
If
saying. That's
cops
why.
ever show up at my neighbor's house, I know that they went to the wrong house. They were supposed to come to my house, so I'm getting my shit. I'm getting out of there.
Well, that was my first worry. Was like maybe they're just at the wrong house. Like maybe they read some of my tweets online.
Did you start like thinking like, what the fuck what were we talking about?
Well, when
last
Shannon
week?
said they're banging on the door, I was like maybe I just didn't hear it, and
Finally
then I started
happened.
panicking, and then
The National Guard.
and then I looked out the window.
like,
I was like,
I knew punk rock libertarians was a bad idea, but I did it anyway.
I was like, oh, the gun is not pointed at my house, but
Right.
but
Wow,
yeah, I
man.
mean, look at this.
What an
dude.
intense afternoon. I don't know how you. Can
Yeah, that
top
one picture is wild, man, from your backyard. Look at that. Holy
the
shit.
backyard one.
Oh yeah, the backyard one.
one's
I got to show
crazy.
the backyard one.
Yeah, the backyard one, man, because it's like
That
it's like
one-
your
why
nice
is he
little
hiding behind. Wait, I don't understand this crouching behind a minivan thing.
Yeah.
I guess it's a
car or
little
their
bit of
car?
concealment. It's not, or it's going to hold your rifle up, but it's not like that. There's anything in that minivan roof that's going to protect you from a bullet.
Look
or
at that.
anything.
Look at these fuckers. Is
So
that an alleyway, Jared? Do you have an alleyway?
This dude is just like a kid. He's like maybe, I don't know, 14, I want to say.
He's
one of the
just
kids.
back from Afghanistan. He's ready to kick some doors in.
But then, there's these dudes
look at
back
the kids
here.
playing in the pool though. There's agents and then there's kids playing in the pool.
There's kids playing in the pool, dude. Like there's a kid.
This
like
is what we
getting out of
train
the pool.
for, man. You get the kids, I'll get the dog.
Yeah, and this guy has a dog. You can't really see it, but that dude has a dog. That dude has like a German Shepherd back there.
Jesus.
Yeah, I guess you can see him. Yeah, like right in the
Isn't
front
it?
there.
Is what? Maybe it's just like Fed graduation training where it's like who can get
pick a
the
random house,
highest kill
harass
score.
them.
Jared, the other dude's pointing at too. So he had dudes in the back and in the front.
Yeah, that guy.
He's got it shouldered and he's clearly aiming.
Wait, which dude's aiming?
Like
guy
in
on the left,
in
all
the
the
tree
left.
and all the way in the left in the trees. He's like in
The guy in the grassy knoll.
The guy in the grassy knoll. I think he's holding on to something. I think he's just holding on to his.
Really? It looks like he's.
No, it looks like. Oh, maybe he is. He's holding on his vest like this.
Yeah, I think he's just holding on. To
Oh,
his vest.
okay.
They definitely didn't have their guns drawn
it's hard
back
to
there.
tell. It's hard
That
to
would have been
tell.
fucking crazy.
Right?
But dude, there was there had to be at least I want to say 10 of these dudes there. Like this guy must have been seriously wanted.
Definitely.
Like
not
all I
next
saw
door.
on the document was something about rape, and that was I was like, whoa, okay.
Wow.
I mean, let me ask you: do you feel safer with people like that in your neighborhood, or with the people that they're supposedly looking for in your neighborhood?
I mean,
Like,
I
who
was
do you
doing
really
fine
feel
before
is
these
gonna be a bigger
motherfuckers
threat
show
to
up.
your dog and your family.
I mean, if that was a dude that was living there, who, like I said, I never really met. I may have seen him, but I mean, not to be racist, but they're all Hispanic people, so
If we only would have built that wall.
Not
we built
to
that
be
big beautiful wall.
it's gonna be hard for me to, it's hard
The
to tell the
Browns.
difference
They're the
between.
Browns.
They're,
If only that wall was built, Jared could just do his work without these criminal illegals.
But no, I mean, I was
Kornberger
definitely
was
more
here.
terrified of the guys that were pointing guns at my neighbor's house.
Right.
I'm like, what happens if this guy just what happens if his fucking grip just slips off the top of his fucking SUV and just points right at me?
Right, and if he accidentally fires a shot, everybody has to mag dump, right? Isn't that the policy?
Right. Shots fired, mag dump.
Yeah.
no-
Thank God they weren't underneath a tree.
Yeah, thank God it was not the fall time. There's no acorns.
Yeah.
Imagine if an acorn.
Dude, if they were over by my house, it would have been a big ass tree right there.
Yeah.
And what would they shoot at with only children in the pool to hit? Where do they aim? Just
Yeah, I'm like, why are they?
the pool?
They're the kids are gonna be in between. Maybe they would have just grabbed the dude if he tried to run or something. But what are you gonna do? Draw your weapon and just shoot through the fucking kids? Probably.
Dude,
man.
it's getting goofier and goofier. I mean, I've seen
what they did in
just on my
Afghanistan.
block.
Why not?
Just on my block, I've seen two. I've seen a whole SWAT raid on a house, just at the one end of the block, and then one night I woke up to it, and it was a whole SWAT vehicle, something that probably was donated by the feds to the local police here. That's probably over in Iraq or Afghanistan. Because the police has been so militarized in the past 20 years. It's fucking insane. It's
1994, man.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking insane because it's dude, I and it's most homes in Baltimore, the vast majority are fucking row homes or townhomes. It's there's only two ways in and out, front door, back door. It's why don't you just knock on the fucking door, have some people, but no, let's break in with a whole SWAT team or bring a whole fucking Bearcat right up to their front porch and then be on the loudspeaker at 4 a.m. with their bright lights and Mr. So-and-so, come out with your hands up. It's why don't you just fucking come at normal fucking times, knock on the front fucking door, have a cop in the back fucking in the alleyway.
Did they blow up the one house because they came in with the fucking Bearcat?
No, I don't know what happened, but it was just they were just posted outside and they were on a it was 4 a.m. and scared the fuck. I'm what the fuck is going on? Because I see the lights blaring and reflecting. I'm what the hell's going on? I go out on my front porch after I kind of collected myself. I'm the fuck's going on? And I'm hearing the announcements. I'm the hell's going on? And go outside and it's a whole fucking up armored vehicle up on the sidewalk right in the guy's front porch, just making announcements all night. We have a warrant out for your arrest. Come out. I'm like, is this fucking necessary at 4 in the fucking morning? I got to get up for work. You know, it's like, can you just do this at normal fucking hours? Maybe just knock on the door. Like, I don't know. What are we doing here?
No, there was that one in Maryland where the police showed up, or SWAT or whatever, and the guy blew up his own house.
Yeah.
Like to escape. So that's probably, maybe they wanted to catch him while he was asleep so that they didn't have to clean up the house after it got blown up.
Well, Maryland,
Give
that's
the
our
Duncan
wonderful
Lemp
state.
treatment.
Yeah, and Duncan Lemp too. That also happened in our state. It's crazy when you live in the shadow of the empire.
Yeah, they bring the ruckus.
They bring the heavy guns.
Yeah.
My one friend was like, "That's a loot drop right there, man."
Awesome. Well, you guys want to take this on over to the after hours?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go. Axel, Kate, you guys willing to go for a little bit more?
Yeah.
All
Get
right.
another cup of coffee.
Yes.
The overflow room. Jared, you gotta
Another-
play the overflow room.
I'm in the process of setting up the soundboard again.
All right.
I've been having a lot going on, dude.
Yeah, like
the U.S. Marshals knocking on my front door.
Hey, can you play one more quick video before we wrap up from Trump? The very end, the way he signs off is
So
freaking
stuck in your crawl, dude.
hysterical.
All right, where are we at? Would you
Wait, is
say
this
it's
from the
weird?
speech? Nah, it's probably weird.
All right, very end. Let's say like last couple minutes.
Less than like 20 seconds, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's a good.
All right, here we go.
Is this from the conference?
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's still so bent out of shape.
Next year, we are bringing the Bitcoin conference to the American.
Okay,
Back it up. Okay.
I will be the pro-innovation and pro-Bitcoin president that America needs and our citizens deserve. We cannot fail. We're a failing nation right now, but we're not going to be for long. Our country cannot fail. With your help, we will save our nation, we will restore our republic, and we will make America and Bitcoin bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before. Thank you all. Have a good time.
Wait, what am I missing here?
Wait, this is the spot here.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
With your Bitcoin and your crypto and everything else that you're playing with. And we're going to make that one of the greatest industries on earth. Good luck and God bless you all. Thank you. God
Everything
bless you.
you're playing with, all your little toys,
And whatever else you're playing with. Like, what the hell is he talking about?
Hey, man.
Because he clearly doesn't
This dude
like
is
take
not
it seriously.
a Bitcoiner. Like, is there any doubt that dude has no clue what a Bitcoin is? You know, like,
I'm going to come to the overflow room.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone, come in the overflow room with us, please.
God, dude, that never gets old, man.
It never gets old. It's probably the greatest drop in his
I'm going to
presence.
come to the overflow room.
And then his face afterwards,
His
like
face, and he's like,
where am I? Hold on.
Oh,
he just blipped
man.
out of consciousness, like, oh, shit.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah. So, Kate, Axel, tell the people where they can find you guys. You guys drop some socials, get you some follows.
Lady Liberty Australia is my Twitter handle, and Axel's getting some followers thanks to he's just using me for my celebritarian status.
Dude,
He's been having some hot takes though. There was a good one last night about the Olympic boxer.
Oh yeah,
we'll get into that in the overflow room.
Yeah, save that for the overflow room.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come in the overflow room. We'll do that there.
Save your cum for the overflow room.
All right. Awesome. Well, yeah. So thanks for joining us. We're gonna, like I said, we have our big 500th episode event. Please go to it'll be up on PRLfans.com, right, Jared? The link to the Evite.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up.
Or Eventbrite. Sorry, the Eventbrite. Just go over there to PRLfans.com. If you guys are coming, it's a free ticket on Eventbrite. Just let us know that you're coming so we can prepare, because we got to order a certain amount of apps and crabs and stuff. But like I said, it's all on us. There's an arcade. It's going to be crazy. So just come on out. Even if it's just us four there, we're going to have a fucking great time. So come to that special 500th episode, Crabtown, Glen Burnie, Maryland. USA. Anyway, so speaking of ways to help the show, please sign up for our Patreon. For as little as $3 a month, you get access to our after-hour show in the overflow room, which we're about to come in. That never gets old. And so you get to hear a whole back catalog of episodes we've recorded, and you get a live link, so you get to chime in, comment, ask questions, make fun of me, all the things you guys love to do. And we also have t-shirts for sale over at libertariancountry.com. If you use the code PRL or PRL Podcast, you get a 10% discount. If you use the code PRL2 and spend $50 or more, you'll get a 20% discount. And there's also other ways to donate to our show. If you go to PRLfans.com, find that, Eventbrite link and everything else. So until next time, shut up, Joe. Until next time, live free.
Or die.